Hey, you want to check out what's happening in alternative porn in France? Let me introduce you to Carré Rose Films. Founded by Carmina, a French-Mexican performer and longtime advocate for sex worker rights. This indie studio is doing things differently, putting performers first, pushing for diversity, and tackling industry issues head on, all of which keep all while keeping things hot and fun. One example, check out this series, 60 Minutes with. Carmina meets a fellow performer for 1 hour. No script, no plan, just sees where the moment takes them, and you get to be right there with them. Don't worry about whether you speak French or not. All films are either in English or subtitled, so you won't miss a thing. Curious? Head to carrierosefilms.com. That's Carrie rosefilms.com. Cams.com is a performer-run webcam studio working with models who want to make serious bank doing online sex work. Top Treasure Cams models are earning 100K plus a year, taking home weekly fat paychecks. We have a great affiliate program to reward you for any traffic you bring to the site. We help you set up with equipment, tech, sales techniques, monthly meetings, and so much more. Visit treasurecams.com to learn more about us and to cam with us. Have you ever been looking for an amazing queer cam performer? Well, I got you covered. You should check out TS Cami. Her super hot content is on Chatterbait, Twitter, Xhamster, and Reddit. Support this rad trans femme. Enter your fantasies. Big Fantasy is a porn star, stripper, femdom, and expert making your fantasies come true. Explore Fig's secret, luxurious world at AQUATAFANA collective.net and at Figs Fantasies on OnlyFans and Figs Fantasy on Instagram. She's waiting for you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Performers Pod. I'm Chelsea Poe, and today my guest is AVN nominee Genevieve Lafleur. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, it's so good to see you.
I'm so excited to talk to you. We go so far back in porn.
Far back.
It's so fucking crazy to have you on the podcast, honestly.
Like at least like 2014, if not 2013.
I think 2014 because, yeah, I moved to California in 2013, and then I think we met in April. So, you met me, less than, 6 months into living into California.
That's so cute. I love it. Yeah.
So, I met you when you were doing, a lot of filmmaking stuff, and then we kind of lost touch because of entertainment industry stuff. I'll leave it at that. And you went off and made a porn career and got an AVN nomination. Was it more than one AVN nomination?
I I think it was three overall, but I think either one or two of those were fan voted.
That still counts.
I can't even express to you how little I cared about it. And I went to the nominations party just like hanging out. Like I
Yeah.
guess everyone else was like refreshing the screen on their phones to see their nominations. And this Carla Lane comes up to me and she's like, "Congratulations, baby." I'm like, for showing up, like for not drinking. I quit drinking like right when I started porn because I was
Yeah.
like, I'm doing this shit like not a mess. And I'm like, congrats for what? And she's like, bitch, you're nominated for Niche Performer of the Year. And I was like, what? And it was really unfortunate because a lot of people were really angry about that because it was not only my first year in the industry, but also like my only year in the mainstream industry,
Hmm.
pretty much. Like, I did some stuff after that, but that was the only year that I was like making it my life. And yeah, it was weird and wild, but so I started as just like a random filmmaker weirdo and after like meeting Chelsea and like seeing uh working behind the scenes with a supposedly indie porn company with good queer ethics and stuff, seeing what happened behind the scenes there made me be like, oh, hell no. And they really wanted me to perform. And I was like, listen, when I perform, and it is a matter of when, I am doing straight porn because I am not shooting queer porn for like $150 so that all of my exes can see me on their fucking Instagram feeds. Like,
Mm.
no, I'm gonna get real money doing like BBW whale watchers where no one's gonna fucking see it. Like, hello. And that's exactly what I did. And yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that really speaks to like what that porn scene was back then, especially in the Bay and to a lesser extent Brooklyn. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I'm doing porn. It's like very much within like the community, so everyone around you sees your porn, and it's also like very weird, like from my perspective, where I'm like, all these people had all these assumptions about me before even meeting me. Which when
yeah.
you're like 23, you're like, oh wow, I'm like queer famous. It's cool and all, but then you're like, wait, everyone has all these
Well,
preconceived notions about me and shit, and it's like, oh,
wait, how about the girl? So I made this series, this like queer underground series. You can still only get it for me. It's still not available for sale anywhere. Oh my God, Bucky's, you're so funny. Um,
oh yeah, fuck yeah, Bucky's. We like, I was in Nashville and my partner and I drove, I think it was like 2 hours to Kentucky. And it was like one of the best experiences of my life. It's like this gigantic gas station for people
no,
who
I
don't know what
know.
it is. It's so fucking cool.
Oh, duh, there's other people listening. I
The
forgot that.
listeners.
Those people.
Those
Um,
people.
But so I started by making like a DIY queer porn series called Rough Cuts, and it's still you can only get it through me. I'll help give you the Google Drive link, and you can put it in there. It's free for queer people. If you're not queer and you watch it, there is like a donation link in the manifesto, and in one of them, it's two cis girls like dominating Chelsea, and it's amazing.
It's
And we
so
have this.
fun.
We I decided to start having screenings. I was inspired by Samuel Shanahoy because I saw
Hmm.
their amazing slumber party. Oh my God, I can't remember the full name, but their amazing
It's
slumber
so
party
good.
film that they were having on tour, and I was like, ooh, I've always wanted to go on tour, but no one wants to be in a band with me, so like that's what I'll do, and like super inspired by that. Always like props to Sam. And this girl stands up and she's like, I just think that there should be more trans representation. And Chelsea stands up and she's like, I was in it. Like, you literally see my dick. Like, what are you talking about? That was like a really amazing moment.
Forgot
Um,
about that. I feel like that was like half of my existence in early queer porn because like there was still the narrative. There was like, well, there's not trans women in this porn. But then I was like in it and it was still them being like, why aren't there any trans women when like talking to me?
yeah, it was insane. Um, but also like in that, because I had seen like the inner workings of like the capitalist queer porn industry
Yeah.
and how much I hated it, and hearing people like I was told that I should shoot porn for community and so that people with my body can feel empowered, blah 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 blah. I'm like, there's other people with my body, specifically literal clones of me, asking me to do that. I'm like, use your own body. But also like you're offering me peanuts and I know that you make more off of that. And there's no
Yeah.
performer share, like no. So I specifically did one of the films that if you go in there should be pretty obvious to you what's happening. It's called The Plague Doctor, where I am metaphorically killing capitalist queer porn. And I was really surprised that I got this model to do that. And they didn't recognize what was happening, even though like they knew my manifesto and everything. So it's a really wonderful scene. I think it's beautiful. I shot it very well, and um, we had some really fun gadgets in it. Trigger warning for blood and leeches. Like, good times, good times. And then that
It's
person,
such a good scene.
yeah, then they tried to buy the scene off of me that I directed, edited, concepted, cast the other person for, and both of them were paid $600. Mind you, everyone that I shot,
Damn,
I
that's a good rate
yeah,
for a girl
that
girl
scene
scene or
was
whatever.
that scene was sponsored by a sugar daddy, but the rest of it was all self-funded, so people were paid unfortunately less. But still, I was paying everyone at least $100 or doing like trade, like video trade, content trade, whatever, for them, and like, but then this one person tried to buy the scene back from me for less than I had paid them after I had created this fully
Mm-hmm.
full product, and I'm like, no, and they're like, but we'll
No.
make it free. Oh, here's my alarm to make sure I'm awake to talk to you.
Oh, great.
the,
You
the
made it.
ADHD, the ADHD girl. Um, Well, yeah, I was really surprised by being asked to buy the film back for less than they were even paid to perform in it. And I was like, yeah, this is why I'm done with this. And so I just kind of pivoted away from that person's sphere and managed to not get any wrath and ire like I watched happen all around me. And
Mm.
then I was like, all right, straight money, what's good? Like, I want to do that. So I started escorting and started doing porn then to promote that, and it's fun.
I mean, I think it's a real thing with like the whole ethical porn and like feminist porn or whatever you want to call it of that era. There was like a disconnect between the people who got into sex work for survival reasons and the people who were like, oh, this is my art project, where it's like, I feel like for me, it was definitely at first being like, oh shit, I can't get a job. I need to cam to pay my bills. And eventually I was able to pursue art and shit with it. But also, like, at the end of the day, I really hate this narrative that was painted in so much press back then for ethical or feminist porn that was like, tell us why your porn's good and mainstream porn is bad and shitty and we can look down on it, you know?
Yeah, and like I mean, I am not saying that the mainstream porn industry isn't problematic at all.
Of
However,
course.
the queer porn industry, the ethical porn industry, plus that other one that has the same color hair as you, I'm doing everything to not get my ass sued because I can't afford a lawyer right now. Although I have nothing, so good luck trying to sue me. That'll be fun. Um,
We're trying not to have any lawsuits happen because of this podcast.
But yeah, I watched so many so-called ethical creators be very unethical off camera, and I
Yeah.
was like, I don't need this. Like one person that was touted as a still as a feminist porn creator was known for raping someone at the college I went to, like very well
Yeah.
for that. And then I kind of came on the scene, and I'm like, does no one know this? Like, what? And then eventually it came out, and
It came out and then everyone was like, well, it's fine. She's a woman
yeah.
and she's white. It was like,
All of the
that's,
apologies got deleted, but the video evidence remains.
it's still
It
my Google
matters.
Drive, actually.
Mine as well. And yeah,
I'm just like,
bitch, that extra $5 a month is worth it. Like, it's not just them.
um,
It's receipts on everything. I've had a long life. I've seen a lot of bullshit.
yeah.
Um, But so I pivoted to mainstream porn also on
Hmm.
the performer side. So I was doing a double shift. And I was warned by so many people about so many things, and I was like, the things that I have seen the back end of this.
Hmm.
So I am, first of all, not trying to say that anyone who's had anything bad happen to them was not prepared, blah, 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 whatever.
Hmm.
It's just that I came in immediately armor up, like I'm a performer, do not talk to me like in a gross way before we start shooting.
Yeah.
Like do not touch me, don't flirt with me. That is for the cameras, and I made it look good. Okay? So clearly I was doing something right.
You got three AVN
Okay.
nominations, so you can't be like, oh yeah, I did it. It wasn't very good. Like,
Right?
um, yeah, I mean, I feel like I felt that vibe with you like since I met you. So like when I met you, I think I was only like 22. And I was like, oh my
What was
God,
I doing hanging out with people so young? Well,
I
that's not actually
mean,
my fault. It's that I was hanging out with people my age, and then they brought you around, and I was so grateful
yeah.
to meet
I
you.
was also like always the youngest in the room at the time, which now being
You were
like in my
so
30s,
mature for your age.
I'm so old now where I'm like, oh my God. Where I'm like always the old person in the room now. So it's definitely flipped, but it was like you were like living, so I never went to New York until I met you. So that was like my first time in New York City where I'm like, oh wow, you're a femme in the city and like have an apartment in Brooklyn and shit and like had a houseboy and stuff.
Yeah.
And like your like attitude was just so not bullshit. Like I remember we were in a cab once and the cab driver was being hella creepy. You're like, no, we're getting out. We're not paying. fuck you. And
Oh,
like
yeah, no, are you
the cab
kidding me?
driver, and you're just like, I'm like, oh my God, like that's fucking amazing that like you're not dealing with all this like catcalling bullshit because like growing up in the Midwest, that shit's so normalized where you're like, oh well, you have to be polite and shit. So I can
Nope.
see how that really
Okay.
translated to mainstream porn that it was just like, well, I'm not gonna deal with this shit. You know, if someone's gonna be disrespectful, I don't have to deal with this shit and I can stand up for myself. And I think that probably like really helped you getting into mainstream porn. Also, like you saw everyone else kind of get played in different ways by both mainstream and ethical companies, you know? Like you saw all this bullshit happen with me, you saw all this bullshit happen with James Darling. Like you
Oh,
really
that's
saw
like
it
my
through everyone.
bestie. Yeah. I saw all of the bullshit happen and it was disgusting and horrible. And I will say, like, I never had a problem with you. I always, like, even as soon as, like, we didn't connect again until like a month ago, and it was me
Yes.
reaching out to her because I was like, yes, finally. But this whole time I told people, I'm like, when Chelsea grows up, I'm like, I am just so much love and so much faith and so much hope for her. Like, she's gonna
That's
do
really
fucking
sweet.
amazing things, and when she grows up and like takes the reins, like we're gonna be back in touch. Like I never thought for a second I would never talk to you again. I never hated you, nothing. I was like, that is an amazing fucking young woman who is way
Oh.
fucking young to be like having to deal with the shit she's dealing with. And I unfortunately cannot do anything to save her. I need to save myself, but bitch, I'll see you soon. Like,
You are not the first person I heard that from in the last five,
so
6 months. Um, I
I
think
thought
this
about reaching
industry,
out to you when I lived in the Bay, but like then I checked Twitter and saw like a lot of glazing happening for certain people who hated the shit out of me for no reason other than that I withdrew my friendship. So, I
yeah,
was scared. I was like,
I
I'll probably talk to her some other time.
I think there's just so much crazy shit in this industry. And I think also like at the time where so much shit started happening for me after my dad passed away, I like dove everything into work because I was of the Lady Gaga mindset, is as obsessed
Don't
as I was with Lady Gaga.
don't
I know,
even get me started. Why are you hitting you're hitting all my trigger words, bitch. I'm gonna get sued
I
by Lady
know.
Gaga. I'm gonna get sued by
I know.
I'm gonna
See,
get
this
sued
this is our
by
age gap because for me it's like Taylor and Gaga are up here where I'm like inspiration and you're like, who are these bitches?
I am silently no, 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 because some of my very close friends, people I knew since I was 13, 14 years
Yeah.
old, were personally victimized by Stephanie
I'm
when
not
she
surprised
lived
by
in New
that.
York. And then my therapist, I got this therapist who was amazing.
Yeah.
And I mentioned her one time because like it was like something about a drag performance, and I was like, ugh, and of course they're like, I'm gonna do porn this way. Yeah. And my fucking therapist went off about don't get me started about Stephanie with the big nose. Like anyone who knows anything about New York culture prior to like 2008
Yeah.
hates her with a burning
So
passion.
much.
But it's the same
So
way that older generations hate Madonna, and we're like, what do you mean? She's the best. And it's
yeah.
like, this is why I love Chapel. And I'm like, every time they like say that she's Lady Gaga, I'm like, do y'all not know Freddie Mercury? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
exact opposite. Lady Gaga sold her soul, and Chaperone is like, I will give you what little parts I feel like sharing when I feel like sharing them.
She reminds me of a lot of porn girls who I have worked with over the years, where I'm like, yeah, I
Bitch.
know that energy. Um, but yeah, so like I did the whole thing where I'm like, I'm gonna pour everything into my art and that will cure me, and obviously it did not. So like
And
those,
you did make so much amazing shit. We made so much amazing shit
yeah,
together. There were certain things that we made together that apparently got nominated for awards that I was never told about. Like, even while we
oh,
were still friends, like
there,
not from your fault, but from the creator's fault. I like someone told me like, "Oh, congrats on your XBiz nomination." I'm like, What are you talking about?" And then it was something
yeah.
my name was up as director, and apparently that happened a second time and the name was changed. I don't have any evidence of that. I didn't look at it. I don't care. This is just what someone told me. Very much hearsay, very much not legal reason to sue me. But
Oh my God. I'm like, you're gonna have Lady Gaga's team coming after you. You're
I'm
gonna
saying,
have
I'm saying it's fine. No, I'll take Gaga down.
she's
I'll be
like
fine.
Stephanie with a big nose. Excuse me.
Do you know how much I could raise in a GoFundMe for that? I have a GoFundMe right now because I like busted my ankles and my back and like everything's fucked up and haven't been able to work pretty much in like a year. And I should just change it to I feel like fighting Lady Gaga in court. And it would be like those homos would put it up to like 400,000 in a day.
Yeah, that's true.
I should
Um,
do that.
yeah, maybe you should pivot to that, but everyone should definitely donate to your GoFundMe, 1,000%.
Yeah, I'll link it too. Here's the thing is that there are so many fucking like people and causes and things that are so much more important right now. Like right now, I want to talk about the Fern Festival. And like, yes, I have a
Yeah.
GoFundMe. If you have happened to support all of these other amazing causes and have extra coin, that's great. But what I really want people to do is share it because
Hmm.
there's someone who does have that coin. It's probably not you, but you might know somebody. And
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Hopefully there's
Uh,
someone with a lot of money listening to this who's like
yeah,
$1 million, easy, whatever.
who would who would like a baby? I'm available. But also like about things that need attention. Um, so Mishfest, right? I never went to Mishfest. I have fought toe to toe with like Mishfest people who are even like, no, I'm not transphobic. It's just you just accept them the same way that you accept like your racist uncle and like uncle at Thanksgiving. I'm like, first of all, who goes to Thanksgiving? And second of all, do you know how long I've been banned from family events for because racist uncle? Like, are you kidding me? One of my fucking uncles died, and my mom, like, I knew that he was sick for a while, and like, we were expecting it that week, and my mom texted me, like, Uncle Chip passed away. My response, I am so sorry. This is the first of your siblings to die. That must be existentially hard for you. Or was I like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. How's his wife? No, my first reply was unhinged Facebook post will never be the same. And she was like, Jacqueline, he's dead. And I'm like, and again, RIP to the racists on Facebook. Like, I haven't seen this man in forever. But so we need to stand up against terrorists. We need to stand with our fucking community, no matter who the fuck you are. And right now, there's so much work to take the T out of the LGBT.
Yeah, for real.
So fucking Mishfest, fucking people. So Mishfest shuts down. This group starts up called We Want the Land Coalition, and they're like, we're gonna take back the land and make it an inclusive space. And so many people put money into this. And then a festival starts called Fern Fest. It's
Hmm.
not um promoted or anything by the We Want the Land people. They charge the people $50,000 to have this festival. And mind
Okay.
you,
That's a lot of fucking money, Michigan.
the last Mishfest had 3,000 attendees. Okay, so let's do some math. $50,000 divided by that many. Not
Before we
even
continue, I just
including.
want to say that was a very good impression of your mom by you. That was like very spot on. Your impression you did a second ago.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about. Okay, 50,000 divided by 3,000. That means that tickets would have to be. Oh, I did this math wrong because it's saying like 16,000. Either way, tickets would have to be a lot
Yeah.
to even do that at their lowest attendance. So it makes no sense.
Yeah, and like especially like people from that part of Michigan. I'm from that part of Michigan. People do not have money like that. Like I feel
Well,
like
and it's like the
Mishfest was
less
always like more of an
their
outsider
community.
thing than local.
Yeah, like I don't know how much Mishfest tickets were, but so now the Fern Festival had to move to a new location. One of my friends like helped create it. She's an amazing disabled trans woman. Shout out to Sawyer. But so now it's at a new location and tickets are $400 for like a week of like queer trans camping and music and events and stuff. And right now, they need to sell 42 tickets in the next, now it's probably like 7 days, or they can't have the festival at all. And like, I have never seen any of these much people begging for people to buy tickets
Hmm.
ever. Like, people don't even talk about it. It's just all of a sudden this one week in like August, mad dykes you knew would be out camping. And like, because they knew they were wrong. They knew they were dead ass wrong for that. But so if anyone wants to go and be around a bunch of queer, feminine energied people, you should look up the Fern Festival and go. And tickets are buy one, get one right now. The
Yeah,
fuck?
people should
That's
go. I
200
have a lot of
bucks.
suggestions in the area. Corner Bar, my hometown hot dog
You
place, very
should
good.
go. You and your partner should go.
Maybe we'll see. I don't know
Please.
what.
I wish I could go. They're buy one, get one. How can you resist a sale, Dyke? Like,
Wow.
you're literally
Calling me
losing
a
money
dyke?
by
That's
not going.
crazy. That's
Literally losing
crazy.
money by not going. Like, this is just simple girl math. Like, come on.
Yeah, but everyone should go. Michigan in the summer, absolutely beautiful. It's like one of the nicest parts of the country in the summer. But actually getting back to something where you're from.
Oh no, what?
Oh my God, no.
Dunks?
It's like 10 years to the month that we shot Training a Poe in Math,
Right.
which
Ugh,
is
I can't even
crazy.
tell that you
We
guys,
are
that was one of the best experiences of my life.
it
Like
was
I've
so
done a lot of
special.
like crazy shit and that was so beautiful, so intentional, like so precious, so special. Like it was this Dom series where, Chelsea had been reaching out to like the training of fucking people and was like,
Yeah,
wreck
because I was
my
working it, I
ass.
think.
You're like,
Yeah.
wreck my fucking ass. Hello, I'm here. What are you doing? Like, oh, we just don't think a submissive trans woman is like gonna sell. So her and Bella
Yes.
Vegeta are like, we got this. We drive out to like I think it was Adams, Massachusetts. It's like
Do
the
you
middle of nowhere.
do
It's
you
like a county.
remember
It's not even a
the
town.
drive there? It was like during a thunderstorm, and I think it was like
No.
in the Bronx when we were going out. There was like a down tree in the middle of the highway, and like dudes were on like the middle of the highway pulling it up.
Oh yeah, just like regular ass guys. They're like not even construction workers. Like, yo, we
Nope.
got Tony. We got this.
Like legitimately
I
crazy.
love New
I'm just like,
York.
what the fuck is this?
Because we're the nicest fucking city in the goddamn country. In Portland, people would just be like praying over the tree and being like, don't touch it, it's dying. Like,
I Pacific Northwest white people, I can't. It's no.
even in San Francisco, nobody would even like call the cops about the tree, but they would be like, if a homeless man like even walked near it, they'd be like, there's a homeless man. Like,
Yeah, he caused this.
yeah. In LA, they'd just be like calling crackheads to do it because the crackheads are the cops there and they're better than anyone. Like,
Yeah. See, now you have the LAPD after you, Gaga.
and the crackheads are like, we're not cops. I'm like, no, but you guys are public servants. Like, you do the best. But yeah, we
Uh,
like get to this like I'm from Eastern Massachusetts. I'm from like the Boston area.
mhm.
And going to Massachusetts is always like emotional for me because I do not like where I came from and I left when I was 18. Like it is what it is. I don't like going back there.
Mhm.
But like being there was being in this like little idyllic bubble of just
Yeah,
like good vibes and positivity, even though we're shooting like a pretty intense fucking
for
like
sure.
what was it was like 3 days straight of submission. Chelsea was never off the clock. It
Yes.
was never like, all right, we're all gonna sit and have breakfast. Chelsea ate her breakfast on the floor out of the dog bowl. Like even not
Yes.
shooting.
It's legitimately true.
Yeah, it was very intense for you. I remember like I left one time to get like dunks and you might have
Oh
come
no,
with
I went with you
yeah.
because that's
And it
when
was we heard people's accents and I was like, I'm triggered. I have to go.
I like explicitly remember it because you talked in your full Massachusetts accent. You're like, I want
Oh,
a
yeah.
regular,
I want a
regular.
regular kid.
And then
Extra ice kid.
the guy was like something and he was like talking about his girlfriend and she was from Fall River. And
Fall
the way he
River.
said that,
Yeah, kid.
legitimately crazy.
Right? And I was like, this is such a horrible thing about reality. I want to go back. Like, and we would just go back to Bella Vendetta's place. And also, I've never eaten as good in my fucking life as that woman fed us. She'd be like, all right,
Amazing.
I'm gonna cook dinner or whatever. It'll be ready at like 5:30. Like, she's a great Pisces. Like, she needs to be on a schedule or her whole life falls apart. Whereas I'm a Pisces and like, yeah, I have alarms for shit. But there's probably very little that would have kept me from going, bitch, I don't feel like it today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Like, because I suck, like,
Yeah.
at life. No, she fed us so good. She
I
had
don't
this
think you
whole
suck at
garden.
life.
She would go out to that garden, pick us like a whole salad out of a bowl wearing an apron. Like, someone is really missing out on having her as their Nona. Like, it fed amazingly. Chelsea was like very, very much in a state of submission, but also treated with such gentle care. Check
Bro.
this out, girl. They she has Chelsea sleeping in a closet, and there's a dog bowl. There's like something for you to pee into. There's like a dog bowl
Yes.
of water, or it might have been like a hamster bottle. There was some kind of water situation in there for you,
Yes.
and it was like a teeny tiny little closet. And then you had a camera in there that you could film like confessionals with, which was
Yes.
like so cute. And then I was in the bedroom that the closet was on, and Bella made this whole big show of chaining it shut and being like, "Remember, you're trapped. Like, you can't do anything." I don't even know if you had your phone in there.
Oh yeah, I did have my computer in there. I definitely brought my
Okay, at
laptop. I'm
least
like,
you
I
had
need to
something for
watch
her
something
in
before
it.
sleeping still.
Yeah.
Also, there's photos of her pussy everywhere in there.
I don't think I ever went in there. I
Oh
was like,
yeah, just like
no, I'm
everywhere.
like, if I go in there, she'll push me in. Like, I love Netflixes. I've shot so many of them, but I'm scared to death of them. Julia Simone, nicest person you could ever want to meet. Still not entirely sure if I would get alone with her. Like, because
That's a
I
Dom
love
who
her.
I think their shit's just too extreme for me. Like I've seen results
I
after, and
I
that's
wanted
one
to
of
tap
them.
out after during a shoot. I wanted to say for it, and I was the one filming. Like,
Yeah,
I was like, oh, but these guys love it. They love the people who love it. And I'm so happy for them. But like me behind the camera, I'm like needing a fucking puke bucket. Like I was about to be like, I'm so sorry, I have to go home. Like, and I
yeah.
Julie probably will never listen to this because she's too busy being fabulous. But like, girl, I love you to death. I'm terrified of you. I respect you. Like,
That needs to exist in the BDSM world. Like there needs to be
yeah.
the truly scary Doms that are like, oh my God.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So Bella like does this whole thing about chaining, and it's like this old rusty chain, and she's like, I'm
Hmm.
putting this lock on it. And then she comes to me in the bed and she's like, okay, sleep tight, sweetheart. Listen, those chains are fake. So she can open it whenever she wants. So if she's knocking on the wall or something and doesn't, figure out that she can get out, just let her out, okay, honey? And I'm like, okay, thank you, mommy. Like, so the whole time she thinks that she is like 1000. You didn't even go near that door. You
No,
probably
I
thought the
mean,
door was like
that's hotter
electrified.
though. Like that is a mind fuck
Right?
that there's no even thing there. I'm like, it's the best.
It was so great, and just so much care went into every little detail of it. And I felt so honored to get to film it and to get to watch like you get your training that like you
Yeah.
deserved and had wanted for so long, and that like it really was like it was like 3 days straight. Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah, and
was
you shot it so beautifully. Like
oh,
just
thanks.
everything about that project really came together perfect, you know? Even though I think it did take like 2 years to release, but that's porn production, I guess.
Good things take time, and especially when it's a labor of love. And Bella Vendetta is such an amazing creator, and she's a perfectionist,
Hmm.
like of her own work. And I think that, the care that went into it really shows. Like she held that as like very, very important. Like I remember when like the most beautiful day when we went out to the river,
Yeah.
like you're wearing this like white like fucking like bridal slip. It's
It
like
was her old
beautiful.
wedding dress or something.
Whatever it was gorgeous. And
Yeah.
she's just standing in the water, tied up. Like Bella's got like a 6 foot whip happening. She let me attempt it a couple times, and I was sure I was just gonna wrap it around myself and kill my neck. Like I was like, this is how I'm gonna decapitate myself right here. Like
It
I'm
was
having
so
a good time,
scary.
but she was, and she's so great with like, if you ever want to hire, I don't even know if she's still taking private clients, but like, if I ever need to get my ass fucking handed to me, going directly to Bella. Like, this is a woman whose me autocorrects to capital. Like, we would just be emailing about nothing, and still, I'm getting the capital me, Y/you, and I'm like, I'm not even your sub. Like, I love it. Like,
Yeah, that was like,
but she took
yeah.
so like while she was drowning you in the water, like
Hmm.
she still was taking really good care of you and making sure that
Yes.
not just like it's one thing like when someone's topping you and like they're making sure you're safe and like that's great, but like can we get on with like fucking me up? Like she also took the time to make sure that you were going into the subspace that you needed and wanted to
Hmm.
be in, making sure that the experience for you was like as real as possible.
For real.
'Cause
Like,
it
I
was
also feel like
real.
that really set me up for the rest of my career to like be a BDSM sub, and like all of that was so applicable afterwards. Um, and I love that I'm ending this season, this podcast with you and Bella talking about this movie
Oh, yeah.
because it's like,
Has she already been on it?
oh yeah, she was just on it.
I
She's
only
actually
found out
been
you
on
have
it
a podcast 3
twice.
days ago, to my credit. Like, I only even found out that she had one because she was like, "Oh wait, I have a podcast. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool." I haven't Googled your podcast at all. I'm a
Oh
terrible
yeah.
person.
Oh, you're totally good. Yeah, we've had some fun ones. Stoya came on it. That was like a dream. That was just me
Oh,
like
I miss
fangirling for an hour and a
her.
half and her being like, you should get into wrestling, Chelsea. You should watch AEW. I'm like, okay, whatever you want, girl.
I haven't seen her since like 2016 at this screening in Brooklyn. Oh, she's wonderful. That's so
Yeah.
rad. And
Yeah, it
I'm
was
so happy to see that you're really, really, really getting the chance to branch the fuck out on your fucking own, owning 1000% of your shit. You have
yeah.
the skills to create from every side of the fucking camera. Like, you have the skills to, like, not even on camera, just being like a live performer. Like, just a person who walks through your life as a performance art piece, like we all
Yeah.
are our own walking performance art, like, and you just do it so beautifully. And I've just been
Oh,
waiting for the day that we could reconnect. And then, like, I'm texting with a friend who was like, "Oh, did you hear that this and this and this drama went down?" I didn't even look up any drama. I'm like, I don't care about any bullshit. All I heard is that this friend of mine might want to talk to me now. Like, and I want to be there for her. And I want to make sure she knows that nobody forgot about her, that we all have been rooting for you.
wow.
I love you
That's
so
really, really meaningful. Wow. Oh my
You
God.
don't even know, like, I can't even tell you how many times I told friends of ours that we no longer talk to
Yeah.
for things that have nothing to do with you.
Hmm.
It's just when you really believe in someone and believe that you're their best friend and you're doing all this great work together, you believe them in blind faith, and that's not your fault. And you were young. And I
Yeah.
was like, when she grows up, like when she gets on her feet, like when she gets her wings, it's on. Like, I never had dislike for you. I always knew that, like, she is just someone who is under someone at the moment and being controlled, and that's not her fault. And when she gets debugged, what's good, baby girl? We missed you finally. Like,
I don't know if it's debugged, but I think working with someone who we actually both worked with, Princess Donna, made me be like, oh wow, I can really produce stuff on
yeah.
my own, and then just kind of giving me more independence to be like, wow, I can really just make my own shit.
I
And
always
also,
forget that I worked with Donna because it just like happened out of nowhere.
your
And like,
shit with Donna, was that at Reese Beach?
no, so it was so funny. So Estella Bathory was visiting New York and
Hmm.
we were hanging out. Like, she was staying with me and we went to the beach. And she had mentioned at some point, like, about how, like, Princess Donna, like, she literally was like, I would not be here if it wasn't for Princess Donna to show
Yeah,
me that, like, I can be like a fucking freak and like people will love it. Like,
yeah,
it will be great. And then we go to the beach and I like we didn't know each other super well. I think we had like maybe met in person like once or twice and like followed each other on the internet, but just from like knowing people in Brooklyn, like that we
yeah. I'm like, I went to her house before I met her because we knew her ex-husband. I I think I was with you
I
at
didn't
the
know
time,
him.
actually.
If I was ever in her house like back in the day, I wasn't aware of it. I don't
Oh.
think I was ever in that man's house,
Oh,
and I would be
really? Maybe I
honestly
was with someone
surprised if I
else.
was
It was
willing to
definitely
go
in
into
Brooklyn,
his
though.
house. It very well could have been with someone else who happens to look a whole lot like me. But I have a feeling that if someone told me that we were going to that guy's house, that I wouldn't go.
Oh.
The same way I wouldn't go to Harvey Weinstein's house, you know?
Oh, okay.
Are we talking about the same,
I don't know. Probably not. I'm probably getting confused now.
the guy whose initials are
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
and this?
I think
Or
so.
are you talking about this one? The
Oh my
trans
God.
one?
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
literally
know.
giving you
But
initials.
regardless,
No, no, no. I
regardless.
know who you're talking about. No, that's a great ex-husband. I thought you meant a different one who was on
Oh,
her side of the
I only
history.
know one.
I did
So,
this bullshit out. I thought you were talking about James Dean, and I was like,
No,
If
no,
I
no, no,
thought I was
no.
going to James Dean house, I wouldn't go.
No.
No, that's a friend of mine. That
Yeah,
person's
yeah, yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why at first
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
we
what?
definitely went there, but that was before they were together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Very confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like I
but
just knew her from like Brooklyn shit, and then like so I go into the water. Estella stays behind because she's fucking British, and I like come out of the water and like fly into someone's arms, and it's fucking Donna, and I'm like, "What's up, baby girl?" And I was like, "Oh my God, my friend here would love to meet you." And she's like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "It's Estella Bathory." And she's like, oh, "Wait, she's in town." She's like, "I've been dying to meet her." And Estella's like laying on her phone, like trying not to get crisp from the sun or whatever.
yeah.
And Donna's like, poke, poke, hi. And they were like, ah! Like, it was so cute to watch them both fangirl over each other. Like, and then we hung out a couple nights later and we went to this like queer kink event at some bar that was just kind of like, we can make skinny people fly. It's like, cool. So can I. Like, I have like no rope experience, but okay. And after that, me, Donna, and Estella were trying to text her. We were like, we need to shoot. Estella's leaving tomorrow. And me and her had promised like 30 fucking dudes that we would shoot, and we hadn't yet. And so we're like texting around to see who has a cute place to shoot because like my place isn't that cute right now. And then I'm like, wait a minute, we're at a bar. And I just go up to the bar and I was like, hey, so like in that like back room, if a couple of lesbians made some porn, like you didn't see anything, right? And he's like, just don't make a mess. And I was like, great. And I was like, we have permission, let's do it
This
right
is the
here.
most you
And like
shit,
5 minutes
honestly.
later, we were filming
That's the most
at
you
the
way to
wait,
produce a porn scene that you would just go up to the bar and be like, hey, this is cool, right?
at the Rosemont, baby. And that was a couple doors down from where the Spectrum used to be. So honestly, I like legally had the right to do whatever I want on that street because I put so much time into the Spectrum. Like
Yeah. Was it the old Spectrum or the second
the
one?
old one, the
Yeah.
old one was on the same street that the Rosemont is on. So I was like, this is basically the place. Like
We have like, yeah,
it was
I
so fun.
remember,
And but I forget that we worked together because that was so fucking fun. Like getting
yeah,
like, fucked by two of your friends and then like another girl joined in on like the floor of a bar. And I don't drink anymore. People were like, "How drunk were you?" Like people afterwards were trying to buy me drinks and shit. People were bringing me shots, and I was like, "I don't even drink." And they're like, "I'm like,
you're
yeah,
like,
I've been
I did
drinking for
that
like five
sober,
years." And they're like, "I was stoned as shit, but like
but
whatever."
that's, I'm
It was
like,
so much
that's
fun.
normal. That's fine. Yeah, when I saw that, we weren't talking at the time, but I was like, holy shit, that's so fucking hot. I'm like,
I was
I
wearing the
don't,
same dress. I was wearing this exact.
yeah. I was like, that's fucking crazy. And I'm like, how is she shooting this with Donna right now? I'm like, this is fucking crazy. The first time I met Donna was at Pride, I think in 2019. And she was out of the industry at the time. And she was just like there hanging out. And I like went up to her. I'm like, hey, like, I'm a porn performer. And like, probably like 90% of my sexuality is because of you. And I just wanted to say thank you.
You're like, thank you, slash, can you make an apology video to my fucking family right now?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I fucking know. I love her. I love Estella. I love them both like so
Hmm.
fucking much. And I was so happy that we got to shoot in a way that was super authentic. Like, it was super hot, super fun. I levitated for fuck's sake. And I will be so dead ass with you. Like,
Yeah.
so the first time anyone ever took pictures of like my body, like out naked, like, was actually within the queer porn realm, but it was just for personal use. No one
Yeah.
didn't go anywhere. But I was like, that's my butthole. I have the cutest little butthole. Like, why has no one ever been like, you literally have the most adorable butthole that has ever lived? I'm like, I'm angry right now. Like, what the shit? And I felt like it gave me like so much good self-esteem. But
Hmm.
like, if I want to have a little Hitachi playtime by myself, I watched that scene with Estella and Princess Donna because it was so much fun. Like, I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted to do and wanted to happen in that moment. So like, why wouldn't I watch it again? Is
See, I
that
can't watch my own shit.
ever?
No.
That
What it
makes
has done working with Donna has made me revisit most public disgrace scenes now because I'm like, oh, I was one of those girls. So now I'm like, oh, that could have been me too. So then it like connects more. So I'm like
That
relatable experience. But I can't watch my own porn. No. Because I'm like thinking about it too much during. I'm like, oh, this should be a different
really.
edit. Why did I
The
make
I
this
have a hard
angle?
time with some of the scenes, either because like the dude was super annoying off camera,
Of
um,
course.
like that's just one guy, but like, fuck, I can't remember what his name is in either realm right now, but he's a really nice straight guy, and he shot, and we just like kind of like joked and laughed so much beforehand that we had such a great scene. I came super hard, like
Hmm.
on camera, like so much that I was like surprised. Like it was so much fucking fun. Didn't feel like fucking working at all. But like that trailer park scene, the one that I got the AVN nomination for, that trailer was so disgusting when we fucking got there. They literally wanted me to be face down on the floor, and like I like got on my knees and looked, and there was like mouse shit like all
Oh
everywhere.
my God.
So I spent
Ew.
like an hour like cleaning that shit out, and they're like, "You can't be doing that. You need to be doing makeup." Da, 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 da. I'm like, "We can go home." I'm like, "I don't care if I leave here with no money. I'm fine with that." But like, this
Yeah.
shit's getting fucking cleaned, so
It's
we
just
did
so
it,
fucked
and
up.
the scene came out really fun.
So
I
you
wish I
got an
was wearing
AVN
a better
nomination.
outfit, but it was fun. It
Damn.
was just such a bummer experience that, I was happy for people that got nominated for stuff. Like, I don't understand why people can't just be happy for people. And instead, I felt like people kind of shit on it, like I didn't earn it or whatever. And I was like, listen, like, I didn't like talk to any member of this fucking who I don't
Yeah.
know who makes these nominations. I know literally nothing about that side of it, nor do I care about it. Like I told you, I got nominated for X shit that I didn't even find out about until way after the fact. Like, I don't know about like I just don't fucking know about this shit. I really don't. So it was just a bummer. Like this one girl was really jealous apparently. And the whole night she had been like being a bitch to me. Ever since I entered the industry, she was just never very nice to me. And she was like all night she's like, "Oh my God, the free fucking bar is so great. I can't believe you're missing out on it." I was like, "I wouldn't say I'm missing it, like, but I'm happy it's here for you, like whatever."
Yeah.
And then after I get the nomination, she's like, "Will you hold my champagne for a picture?" I'm like, "Sure." So I can hold it while she takes a picture of someone else. And then she hands it back to me, or then I hand it back to her, and she's like, "Oh, did you take a sip? Did you want to take a sip?" And I was like, "No, like I quit drinking for myself, like living alone in a studio apartment. Like this is no one's busy."
Yeah.
And then she takes the fucking glass of champagne, and while she's hugging me, pours the whole thing into my fucking bootleg Chanel bag.
What
And
the
I was like,
fuck?
honestly, the worst part of porn, it for my own personal experience, was not the producers, the directors, like the actors. There was one camera guy that I did try to fire mid shoot on Plumper Pass, but Clint made it all better. Because I'm being creepy and he was pissing me off. Not he wasn't being creepy, he was just being a shitty video guy. But it was the girls that were mean to me that made me like really like want to have nothing to do with it. And then during like that the couple months like of the nomination shit and the AVNs and stuff, like random girls like from Portland that like I wasn't even friends with and like never really talked to would like randomly start bringing me up for drama. Like she was a bitch to me in Portland. And I'm like, I'll be a bitch to you right now. I don't.
Yeah,
You're
that
just
doesn't
trying to
negate what
you're just
you've
trying to get me to
accomplished.
engage with you so that you'll get followers based off of drama because girls do that shit and I saw it before, so that's why I only engaged in it once when I was in the hospital with COVID, and I blamed the medication, even though I wasn't on like any crazy medication. This
Yeah,
bitch should not have talked to me that way.
I feel like porn. I mean, I definitely dealt with it. Like you saw this shit early on with like all these trans girls who fucking hated me because I'm like, yeah, let's not let men profit off of us.
Right? I'm not trying to say you were like chaperone of porn, but at the same time you came on the scene and were like, okay, everyone wants me because I'm young and pretty and a great performer, but at the same time, this is how you have to treat me. Like,
Yeah.
do not get me if you're gonna act crazy. Like, we don't play those games here. And I feel like that made people like really upset and uncomfortable, and then other people thinking like, man, like I wish I had done this, but I'm too scared to. And so instead, like being like, wow, I can't believe that Chelsea Poe's such a bitch. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care if you disrespect me. Like,
Yeah,
like
you're like honestly one of the few people who I can have this conversation with who remember that shit because everyone in my life now wasn't around during those times, honestly. Like, it's just like so crazy to look back now at because porn is so transpositive now. And I never have anyone be like, why are you in BDSM categories? Why are you taking up space and shit? Like,
really,
nobody
I
fucking
love
gives a shit.
that. I
Yeah.
I honestly don't know like the first and last thing about the porn world, like to be so honest with you. Like I paid attention, or I do now and always have paid attention to myself and myself only, because I'm not going to compare myself to these girls who are like, "Oh my God, thank you, Mr. H, for these like 45 fucking boxes from Hermes or whatever." That like it's all shit they got off like DH Gate or whatever. Like
Hmm.
I just like I don't pay attention to what other, or being like, "Damn it, that girl got this scene with this company and I'm
Yeah.
jealous." Like, I just don't pay attention, girl. I don't know if you know about BBW porn stars because I sure didn't. But my first year at the AVNs, I was standing with fucking Julie Simone,
Yeah.
and we're like in line, and there's like these two really pretty, like thicker girls in front of us, and I was
Hmm.
like, "Oh my God, hi, what's your name? I'm Genevieve Lafleur." And like I can't remember what the other girl's name was. She was someone very important, but I don't remember what her name was. She was lovely, and she was just like, "Hi, I'm whatever," and this other girl was like, "Hi, I'm Sophia Rose," and I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." And they turn around, and Julie Simone is like, "Nice move," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Oh, you're so full of shit." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Those are the two biggest girls in like BBW porn. What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "I literally have no idea like about any of this. Like, I just put on a pretty dress and some heels and showed up. Like, I don't know. Like,
It is weird, like I feel like we both not really being LA people. Like this whole like kissing ass for networking shit at like these
people
award
do a
shows and
lot
stuff.
of
It's
it.
just so not me. Where like when I'm around people who are doing that shit, it just feels so fucking gross to me and transactional that it's like people
No,
are
but
always like
I
trying to
feel like
suck up and like move up higher and higher. I don't know. It's just not me.
eventually, like, people realize, like, like Sophia Rose and I are friends. Like,
Hmm.
people realize that, like, I'm not full of shit. Like, I'm not here to wear pretty dresses and be popular. I'm here to make money. Like, and like, if I make some friends, that's excellent. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to let all of this affect me, and I'm not going to backstab anybody. And like all the crazy shit I saw or heard, all the crazy the rumors were wild, like that you would hear about like different girls and the shit that they would do. And I was like, I'm not here for all that. And like, like I had known April Flores, my very, very, very good friend and sister, who I text with on a daily basis. We're pretty much always like sending games back and forth.
Yeah.
I texted her
She's
mom
also
like,
been on the podcast too.
no way, really? How
Yeah,
did you not know
totally.
that?
We're like
Because
80 episodes in, so
she
it's
does like
been
a
like
she
most
does a lot
people.
of podcasts, so she probably just doesn't even mention it because she'll be like, "I'm doing some podcasts." I'm like, "Bitch, I have no idea what that is." Like, and she knows just to talk to me about like my real life and not stuff like this because I never get it and probably didn't know that like we had so much history. But yeah, we were roommates and we're still very, very close friends. She's my emergency contact. Her mom has had like this entire church praying for me for like months.
Oh,
Like, she's a wonderful woman. Like, she sent me like birthday presents and a card. Like, ugh, I love April Flores. But so I had known her for years and years before getting in front of the camera. So
hmm.
like I feel like everyone like loves and respects her so much that if she is like this is a good person, people believe it. Like,
Yeah.
even though she doesn't have beef with anybody. Like, I think it's like I have heard people talk shit on every single person that I've ever met in my life except for her. Like, it's crazy.
She has just like such a good heart and it's just so genuine, I feel like.
Yeah, but apparently someone started a rumor that we're not friends, which could not be further from the truth and was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, this
And
industry.
the first thing that she said when I texted her that I was like, "Hey, apparently we're not friends and don't talk and we hate each other." And she got angry and she was like, "My sister? Are you kidding me?" She's like, "We are literally sisters for life no matter what because you have a relationship with my mother outside of me." And I'm like, "Dead ass, like, thank you." Like,
You do
exactly.
seem like the friend who would have the like friendship with someone's mom, like
I
100%.
love moms.
Yeah.
Like moms that are like incredible and amazing, like beautiful, vibrant women. Like, ugh, I don't know how people fucking do it. Having a dog is hard enough. Like, I don't know. I truly don't.
One of my most like distinctive memories of you is when you did like a Lana Del Rey performance to your dog in a bar,
Oh
and I
yeah,
remember you're like, Chelsea,
I
hold
always
my clothes that I take off on stage.
yeah.
And I was like on stage just holding your clothes when you were
Getting
doing
booked is
that.
hard in New York, so you do your performance wherever you can. Like,
Yeah. I was telling someone about that recently because like something about Lana came up and I was like, oh yeah, I have this like very distinctive memory of my friend in Brooklyn doing this.
no, oh, Tuffy, that dog was the love of my life.
Yeah.
And he passed away while I was visiting Portland because,
Oh,
of
I'm
course,
so
he like wanted
sorry.
to wait for me to be gone. And it was a very gentlemanly way for him to pass. I mean, he had a heart tumor for like 2 years. He should
Yeah,
have
I
like
remember.
a year and a half before that. Like it was crazy. So I also was like recently going through a breakup and I was like, I'm just not going back to New York. Fuck that. And so I didn't
Yeah.
for a long time. And someone like, so the night before my flight, my friend dared me to post on Facebook, will somebody drive my car and my puppy, like Fancy was still a baby at the time,
Hmm.
across the country from New York to Portland. And this like crazy 22-year-old girl that I knew, why did I have friends that were so young? That was creepy. Like I was like 34 at the time, like inappropriate. Like, or not, I guess I still have friends that are that young, but like whatever. It's,
It
I
was
just don't.
like a weird, like that queer scene at the time. I think it was also like that time in
Well,
Brooklyn, like so many people were moving there.
there were sometimes people that you had no idea what age they were until after you fucked them and your friends are like, wow, can't believe you just fucked that person who just turned 20. And you're like, I'm sorry, I did what now? I
Yeah,
did
I was
what?
staying with you at that point. I remember
I
that
was so
day.
upset. And then the Tumblr after about how we were dating, how they were dating an older woman. I wanted to
Oh my
fucking punch
God, I forgot
myself.
about that. I forgot about that. And
I
they
have
took the
nothing
train all
but
the way to
love.
fucking Yonkers.
I have nothing but love for that person. Like they are a wonderful, amazing person, beautiful. But like at the same time, like it come you guys had just shot porn with this person. Y'all had seen their ID. So honestly, it's not your fault, it's that person's fault. So that's all. Not the person that
I was
I
also like
that's the other
22 at the
person.
time, so I'm like, oh, 20, that's
Exactly.
fine, whatever.
Yeah. Like, and I was like 34. Like, I had not a clue and I felt awful. I
Yeah,
felt awful.
I had that after the public debasement scandal with Donna, where the trans mask in the scene, I was going through the IDs to do all the paperwork shit to put on streaming sites. And I see his name, and I'm like, okay. And then I look at the birthday, and it was like 2001.
No,
I'm
that's the year I
like,
graduated. No.
you don't remember 9/11. I don't.
Wait, what year are people if they're 18 now? Oh, I can't. No, it hurts. They
Yeah,
were born in 2006? No, that can't be right. 2008?
2007.
I don't want to
Oh
be on
my
screen
God, it's
anymore.
messed up. I've gotten very into the WNBA because obviously I'm a lesbian who's married.
Ooh.
So we just got a brand new team in our neighborhood.
Ooh. What are
And
they called? What's their mascot?
the Golden State Valkyries actually, they just started. I have
Valkyries?
their bag over there.
I want to
Very
see it.
gay vibe.
Can I see the bag?
Yeah, oh also
I'll yap about the New York
I have
Liberty while you
stickers
do
from
that.
them. So yeah, they're actually playing the Liberty this week.
Oh, shut up. I'll watch it. What do you,
Yeah.
I'll look at it myself, but
So there's a lot of like pretty young players on the team. I was like looking through their stuff, and one was born in like 2004. I'm like, holy shit, this is weird. I can't deal with this.
it's crazy. It's crazy. Like these are years that like how old are you now? Like 32?
Google says I'm 31. I'm actually 33 though. So I'm gonna go with 31.
I was, or I wasn't slash have been 35 for at least 13 years now.
Yeah.
Before I was even 30, I started advertising as 35 because a mentor I had when I was old or younger, I was like, I had this like creepy experience with a client when I was a dominatrix. And she was like, "You're advertising way too young. Like, when you advertise that young, you're gonna get creepy guys like that. Like, advertise
Mm,
as 35." So I'm like, okay. And then I kept aging, but I don't look like I'm 42. Like, I don't look like the look
definitely
that people
not.
want when they search for 42. So I never know how to advertise like as over 40s, although then the people who click that don't find me, or if I should advertise in my 30s and then people will find me, but my biological age is older. Like
You definitely look exactly the same as when I met you. Like there was
I
no
most
like,
certainly don't. That's really kind of you, but I do
yeah.
not. But I
No,
would
like
want
when you
to.
like see someone for the first time in years and you're like, "Oh wow, different."
No, yeah,
I did
you look
not
the
get that vibe
same,
at all.
but like you look like more mature. Like you look less like I don't know how to say
Naive.
like over eager, like
Yeah.
just over eager and very excited. Like you woke up like excited to start the day. Let's do some fucking shit. Like da 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 da. And like that's a beautiful, amazing quality to have, like for sure. But like your ambition was so amazing. And like for how young you were, like you were so ambitious. You were very mature about your ambition. Like you were smart to like do your paperwork, like shit like that. And
Hmm.
now that you could potentially be going through a legal battle and you have all of this information and paperwork and receipts going back years and signed contracts agreeing to this, that, or the other that needs to happen. And that's smart. Like,
I think
I
I just
don't
came in
know
very
if
naive.
22-year-old Chelsea would have done that, but I'm so glad that Chelsea now did. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I think the pandemic really changed a lot for me, just being like, "Oh shit, I have to have a real life outside of work." And like getting married and marrying into a family that is actually here in the Bay and being like, "Oh, I have
you
people who
have
know
like
me
a whole
outside of porn."
family?
Yeah, we actually had our my voice is kind of shit right now because we had our wedding celebration yesterday with our whole family. So
Shut
we just
up!
like
I didn't
did
know you had a
that.
wedding yesterday.
I mean, it wasn't like a wedding, but it was like a get together for after it. So my voice is
Can
completely
you
fucked.
can you text me a picture like exponentially
Oh
of
yeah, totally. Of
us? Like
course.
that's amazing. Congrats. That's good.
But
Are you an
thanks.
auntie?
Yeah, it's a very large family. I married into a Vietnamese family, a very large Vietnamese family, so yeah, it's really great. Yeah, it was really special. One of my partner's cousins actually got to go when I won Camp Performer of the Year in LA. So they got to be there. They pretended to be my agent or something because I wanted to get them a free ticket. So I'm like, you're my assistant or agent, and they're like non-binary and shit. So we're like, okay, you can get in.
Did you
So
already know you won when you were
no,
going?
no, no. So it was like a very nice surprise after all of that. But I think what was going on in like the Brooklyn porn scene at the time was also so crazy because I feel like that was like the hipster era Brooklyn, like when Vice was still there, when like Broad City was on, when Girls was on,
I never
like
watched either of those shows. I'm
because
so
you
Brooklyn
live
that
there,
I
you're
didn't
from
watch that
there and you
shit.
didn't want to fuck with it.
I
But everyone
apparently
else
went to the
did.
girls' coffee shop one time and I had no idea until like I was leaving and like there was a picture on like the door of like that chick, whatever, whoever that main chick is. I went to a party at
Lena
her.
Dunham.
Yeah, I went to a party at her parents' house that her sibling had, and like for New Year's Eve, I want to say it was super cute. They were super, super, super sweet. We stole a couple bottles of champagne out of their wine fridge.
Well, like right when we finished shooting Training Of Poe, we drove back to New York and I was hosting a party with James Darling at the time, and we were like hanging out with the girl from Girls, their sister that day. And then we like all went to the beach together and shit.
Yeah.
And I had a secret plan that I was like, I want to be on Girls. I want to be like, I was gonna pitch Lena Dunham being like, if anyone calls you transphobic, you can't because you hired a trans sex worker. That was like my big, that was my big plan. I'm like, just put me on the show. You can have
That's
someone have
amazing.
like a bisexual plot line.
I love
That was
it.
my big plan.
I love that. I love that for you. I'm so sorry that didn't work out.
I know. And the sister was on the show Girls too, and I was like, damn, I should have just like kept
Can
coming
like
back to New York.
AI make like an edit of that? Because I would love to watch like I've never seen a single episode of that show, so I would have no idea what's going on, which would be extra hysterical.
I
But I would love
watched the
that.
whole series. I rewatched it recently. It's subjectively bad, but like in a fun way. Like I feel like there was that whole hipster Brooklyn thing that like the queer porn scene was like definitely involved with, like with the queer porn film
Yeah,
festival
like
that you did
everyone was
there.
just making
Um
like, oh yeah, right, we had that festival.
yeah.
I forget
Um
about that. Yeah, we founded the Queer Porn Film Festival that's first, and apparently maybe there was a second year. I don't know. No one told me anything because
no.
I withdrew from a person as friends, and they decided that I no longer had anything to do with the thing that I created, apparently. But
Also
like,
like I
I don't give a
Stoya
fuck.
was like all over the place at the time too. Like I feel like her hype was really high in New York.
Hmm. And her thing was like kind of like a Mia Khalifa thing, where it was like, no, like now let's talk about me as a person. Like
Hmm.
she's so rad. She's super, super, super sweet.
Yeah.
I want to say like most of the bigger stars that I've met have been super sweet, except for what's that racist bitch Riley something?
Riley Reid.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
these fucking influencers in LA hired a bunch of fat bitches to like shoot for a couple hours like at their pool and just like have a party, and they were gonna shoot us just like being fat because they were making like a video, and I guess that's like was what they wanted to do, so we were like fine. But so one girl like recruited all the other girls and I got recruited separately, and I negotiated 500 bucks, and apparently the other girls did not get that much, and so people wanted to be mad at me, and again I'm like, I'm sorry, like I do not, what am I supposed to do, be like, hey, only give me 500, or be like, all right, let me split this
Yeah.
50 up in between the 20 other girls that are here so everyone gets 10 bucks and I'm out 250? That's stupid. Like, don't be mad at me. Like, but whatever. But so she was there, I guess, as the like comparison person. And one girl, I'm not going to say her name, but who is a black woman,
Yes.
went up to her and was like, "Hey, let's talk about it. Like, so you said the N-word, what's up with that?" And she was like,
In a freestyle rap.
yeah, she's like, "Let's talk about it." She's like, "Let's talk about it. Like, why do you stand by that? Why is it still on the internet? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?" Like,
Hmm.
and she was just like, I just don't need to deal with this right now," and like left. So that girl was like, "Well, I'm leaving. Fuck this. I got my money. I'm out." Like, it was that shoot, and this is how much fucking drama certain porn stars need to be. So these boys had apparently like a quarter pound or something of weed, and
Yeah.
they had this like, huge bag of weed that was like a fucking trash bag that they're like handing around to everybody. I have it on video, and the bag of weed goes missing apparently, and the guys just ask for it, and we're like, no one, I have no idea, whatever." So this whole thing could have hit the fucking dust, except this one girl who was the bitch I went off on um during COVID, who was also the bitch who poured champagne in my purse at the AVNs,
That's so
um
crazy.
started pointing at a who but a black woman, saying that she stole the fucking weed, she stole the fucking weed, and then she's like, I have proof. I have her on video talking about like, oh, it smells so good, like whatever. I'm like, yeah, they were literally walking around with this huge bag of weed with it open, with us sticking our heads in it. Like,
Hmm.
we all did that. And so I watched the video, and who's in the video next to her? Me. And what am I doing? Recording. And I'm like, interesting. So I go to my, and so there's a voice in the video that says, I'm gonna steal that. And she said that the black woman said it, and now her head is turned, so we can't tell. But the audio to me didn't sound right. That
Hmm.
came from closer or from someone behind her. I have the video of her taking that video where she clearly is the one who says, I'm gonna steal that.
Oh
And
my
so the
God.
mystery, well, the mystery of who stole the weed has never been solved. However, this is the way that porn bitches wanted to act. And this is why also I can't believe I haven't given a shout out to Eliza Allure. That
Hmm.
woman has like been my everything. Like not only has that woman been an incredible friend, like such a strong, amazing presence of womanhood in my life. That woman has put more money in my pockets than anyone in this fucking industry. Like she gets all of these people like duos or shoots that she pays them for, like out of her own pocket, or like guys will ask for a custom and she'll give them like most of the cut. Like she's amazing. And I remember when I moved to LA, um, I like met her at a party or something and then like reached out to her like a couple weeks later being like, "Hey, do you want to like shoot some content together?" She was like, "Yeah, totally." And instead we just like hung out most of the time. Like it was totally chilling and then it was time to shoot content. We were like, "All right." And like did this thing really quick, but we became super good friends. And then I started bringing her clients or customs or whatnot and also like trying to put money in her pocket and like still do like when she comes to New York, like I let my clients know, like whenever she's traveling, like I try to like hype her up on
Hmm.
social media, even though I'm never on social media. So I'm like, people, I will share your shit, but you need to text me because I don't know what's happening on social media.
It's so
Like
fucking bad now.
I have no idea. I don't log into that fucking disgusting shit. Like I log into certain shit, but like not fucking porn star Twitter.
It's so
Kidding me?
bad. And like everyone's
That's
fucking
all the
shadow
ways
banned, so
about it.
like none of it fucking matters.
Exactly. Like I go on there and post like every now and then just to make sure people know I'm alive and like that's pretty much it. But so Eliza Allure is such an incredible person and I'm so grateful to call her a friend and comrade and she came to New York one time and she was staying in Midtown and I was like, "Listen, we are going to a queer punk show tonight, okay? Like we're not working. We're not looking for duos. We're not looking for shit.
Hmm.
We are going out tonight. We are not looking at our fucking phones. Like we are dancing to punk music. We are like hanging out with strangers. Like we're gonna have a good time." And we did. We had so much fun. But of course, like she kept being on her phone, like, "Hey, I might have a guy for like 1 a.m." I'm like, "If we're home by then," I'm like, we're living for ourselves tonight. Like, we're not stepping away. Like, I'm sorry. Like, not all money is good money. Number one lesson to all baby sex workers, not all money is good money. Like, I don't care if it's $5,000. If it's a shitty situation, I'm not doing it.
For
Like,
real.
and especially because
Um,
I work in person, like, I have to, like, ID guys and screen and blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
that's such a
Like,
whole different level then. Like camming, it's mentally really draining, but like physically you're fine, like, you know?
I mean, it's still like, dangerous in the way that like a guy can get obsessed with you, but a guy can get
Yeah,
obsessed with you
true.
from seeing you at the bodega. Like I have gotten
True.
stalked by men in real life that have never had anything to do with sex work. Like, and
Hmm.
I feel like also in my situation, because I'm privileged enough to be able to screen and to take guys' IDs, and like, right now, like if I was going to die otherwise, I could be taking clients in person, but I'm not. So this is why I'm living off of a GoFundMe right now,
Hmm.
unfortunately. Like, although I have most of it in a separate account that a friend has that I cannot touch for hopefully to move to a ground floor apartment and might have a blind dog too, so like the stairs are really hard for her and
Oh.
I can't carry her because of my back anymore. Like it's bad.
Well, I hope more people can donate to your GoFundMe and this can drive that. I have
And
a Riley Reid thing.
yes.
I'm gonna say I view her as the Miley Cyrus of porn. I think it's a very similar like vibe where like she's been very mainstream popular, but she's also done like some pretty fucking problematic things. And one of my friends, she's Chinese and she's very into like EDM shit. And they met at a like EDM concert in SF or or Vegas or something. And Riley Reid was like, "Oh, I have a tattoo in Chinese on my back, right?" So she has like characters on her back. So she thinks it means when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, but that's not a saying in Chinese. So it just says when life lemons, lemon water. That's all it says on her back. It's just like it's so funny to me that that's what she has as a tattoo. Like I
That
just
sounds
can't
about
with.
right. songs
white
about
people
like,
getting tattoos of languages they don't speak.
yeah, no, it's ridiculous. It's like really, yeah, she's a person, and I was so glad that someone kind of came up to her and fucking handed her her ass, and then she's like, I don't want to talk about this, and then she like went to the bathroom for a minute and like talked to the guys for a minute, and I guess shot like one extra thing and then left. And then two of the girls got really smart and they shot with guys that were also like part of like this prank dude. They were, I can't remember, the something brothers, but part of their crew. And two of them fucked one of them and had him sign the releases and shit. And they put it on OnlyFans and like had it on Pornhub or whatever. And they made like sick money off that. And like at the time,
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie, it was like kind of annoying because the guys all day had been sort of like pressuring us to get like more sexual. I'm like, you didn't pay us for sexual. You paid us solely to be here. And
Hmm.
like all the girls were like getting crazy off of their champagne and shit. Like they had like all kinds of whiskey, they had tons of weed. I'm sure there were other substances happening somewhere, but I keep my face out of that shit. So
Yeah.
luckily I never know what's going on, but it was crazy. So at the time I was like, this is wild. Okay, these girls have gone too fucking far. But then I was like, you know what? Honestly, these girls are brilliant because they had the other guy's camera out. So all that the other guys had was like sounds from the outside, which really was just promotion for the video that these people wanted to see. So
Oh,
like
true. That's really
brilliant.
smart. So I want to ask you this because you shot such interesting porn over the years, like literally since I met you. Is there anything like that you still want to shoot that's like on your list of your like, I need to shoot this before I stop doing this someday?
There is there. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and then you can edit it out if you don't think this is okay to bring up. But I feel like I already have the fact that I could prove that someone stole it from me if they steal it from me.
I think it's fine as long as you're not naming individual people.
Well, it's the
That's
name of
you, not
either
me,
like
too.
I want to do a Pink Flamingos parody porn.
Hmm.
I've wanted to do this forever. I want to call it Pink Flaming Hose. And I actually went to a John Waters movie or reading or something that had a Q&A. So
Yes.
I could ask him if he would sue me. And he said yes, he would.
Yeah, I remember that
And
experience.
no, I didn't know you anymore because I was living in Portland.
I still heard it from other people. Like someone told me they're like, yeah, they went up to John Waters and John Waters said no. And then after that I was like, like I
Okay,
respect John Waters movies, but I'm like, you're not that cool if you're not down for it, you know?
well, here's what I'm saying is first of all, he went on to complain to the audience, being like, you know, they did make a porn parody of one of my films. Guess which one? Pecker. And guess what it was called? Pecker. Can you believe that? I was so disappointed. You couldn't have gotten more creative for me. And I'm like, he would love Pink Flaming Hose as the name. Come on. And then also, what is better than the porn that is too hot for John Waters? Like, can you
It's
tell
too
me better
good.
marketing than that? Like, can so I'll like I need funding. If anybody wants to fund that, let's fucking go. I have a location to film it and everything all fucking picked out. Like getting the actors would be a cinch, and I feel like most of y'all would work for like a percentage of whatever could potentially happen from the film, or solely for like the fact that like it's gonna be sick. Like it's gonna be like you would be such a good cotton. Like it would be so fucking cute. Like, ugh. But I just need to find a way to actually make it happen because I still would have to pay for a location, which would cost like $2,000. So it's an Airbnb that I've been to a bunch of times over the year in Joshua Tree. And I feel like they would probably give you have to like pay extra for filming rights. But I feel like because I've been there so many times, I have like a relationship with the owner. Like he's given me like a little discount before. And I'm wondering if I could be like, babe, will you just waive the fucking filming fee? Because it's gonna be like the same amount of people as it would anyway. Because like actors is gonna be fucking crew behind the screens. Like
I definitely feel like if there's anyone who could talk someone into that, I feel like it would be you. Like, I feel like
fine,
you're
but the problem is I don't know how to make things make money. I guess in this age it's easier because you can just make an OnlyFans like I could even make an OnlyFans that's like the making of it, like as we're shooting it, and then edit and get it together and be like, all right, here's the whole fucking thing, and now it's $30 or whatever. Like,
I think like my whole mentality on funding now is if you're like excited enough about something and you don't shut the fuck up about it, eventually someone will be like, okay, I can help you.
the problem is that talking loud about things will get your idea canceled. Because actually, my arch nemesis, April Flores,
Yeah.
um, we, when her and I first met, and my Twitter was still not like a porn actress Twitter. It was
Hmm.
like a director and like random queer weirdo Twitter. Um, I was like, I would love to have April Flores and this other person like dress up and do this movie Daisies. I wanted to do a porn parody basically of Daisies that's this
Hmm.
like experimental 60s like Czech film or something like that. I don't know where it's from, but it's incredible. And then like 2 years later, she turns up in a porn parody of Daisies that was beautiful and very well done.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I'm not saying that there isn't like a collective consciousness that couldn't have both been like, we want to make this movie, but I am saying I need to be more protective of my ideas.
That's
So
real.
I do have one friend I've talked to about it before who has good connections, and maybe I'll talk to her about it again. But I think it would be a great idea. And this podcast proves that I had this idea, so I will sue you. I don't know if I can make a case out of suing someone I had a parody idea for first, but I'll be really sad if you don't at least have me like direct or like
Be
just get to
involved.
hang out on set, right? Like I don't really want to perform in it. Like my performing for other people's days, like I would perform like if you were shooting or something, like
Yeah.
or like I would perform like, if it was like with friends or like, something like that that's like
Yeah.
cool. My days of like performing behind like a male gaze lens is kind of over and it's
Yeah.
awkward when shooting it, and then I'm shooting with my perverted gaze and it's myself. So but shooting yourself sucks. Like that I'm good behind a camera, so like it drives me crazy that I can't shoot myself. I don't know if I need to get a fucking drone in here or what, but like
I'm like starting to do. I mean, like when I first shot with Donna, we just did it all with tripods, and like that's like kind of been working, where it's like a combination of tripods and POV. But yeah, it's very hard, especially just like to get into the mentality when it's just a solo scene. Like I can't do that
it
shit. It's so
doesn't, right?
boring.
It's like it just doesn't feel fun. Like actually I we have a mutual, like I'm friends with Donna, but also we have a mutual friend that I've been trying to text like the last few days.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna text her again to see if she's okay. And then if she doesn't reply, I'm gonna ask you to ask Donna how she's doing and tell her to fucking text her mother because I'm
Yeah, so I have a final question for you. First off, thank you so much for coming on, taking the time to chat about all this stuff.
can't believe you asked me. I
Um,
was like, oh,
it's
I'm
so
here.
great to reconnect and everything.
So happy.
And I think there's gonna be some people listening to this podcast who are gonna be very interested in what we had to say, and I don't think anything was crossed over any lines. I think it was pretty respectful overall. I don't think we
I mean, if
created
those
any
people want to
enemies.
talk to me, my inbox is open. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing keeping anyone from talking to me.
Yeah, so this is my only like kind of BuzzFeedy ass question.
I love it.
So let's say you wake up tomorrow and one thing could magically be changed in porn, or I guess sex work as a whole. What would you have it be?
That we would finally get raises. Like, I know that the minimum wage is like a huge issue in this country and in every city. That's why I'm supporting Zohran Mamdani for mayor in New York City. I've actually been phone canvassing for him, so I should shout him out too.
That's
Um,
amazing.
but people, we need to get a better wage happening. Like when I do like cam shows, like you don't have to be in New York to meet me. Like I do cam shows and video stuff, um, and like phone shit and texting and whatever. And I feel like I've always been charging the same amount for it for like 10 years now.
For
And
real.
I feel like if I asked for more, I wouldn't get it, but maybe I would. I'm charging 50 for 15 minutes right now. What are you charging?
It depends
Or
on
you
the
can just
site.
tell
I bounce
me.
between a lot of sites. I try to
I
make
see. I do it all through like DIY. Like I don't like to deal with like the fucking campsite because I can only charge like $3 a minute, and then
I
they take
wish
it.
I wish I could do more independently. Sadly, just kind of not how it is for me, where I still have to go through these campsites. I usually try to make between 150 and 250 a day. So
That
I'm
was
like,
my goal.
however I get that.
But either way, like 2.99 a minute or 3.99 a minute or whatever, like I'm sorry, we need our fucking raise too. And for scenes as well, like as a porn performer, I was never the most I was ever paid for a scene was $800, but the standard was like 500 to 400 to 600 pretty much. I only got the 800 because I like strong armed this guy because he had been trying to shoot me since I was a dominatrix living in New York. Like he was like, "Don't you want to like have your first like dude thing on screen with me?" And I was like, "No,
Ew.
I don't, creepy old man." But then he wanted me to go up and see him, and I was like, "All right, but I'm making those pockets hurt." And it was painful. And the whole scene, you can tell that I am like a hostage situation who doesn't want to be there.
That's always like the worst part when you are watching some porn and you're like, damn, this girl did not fully know what she was getting into, and this is a bad scene, especially with like BDSM,
I was getting it
where
too. He's just like a creepy old guy, and like I get it, that's fine. But I showed up to his. If we were shooting at his house. He was late to his own house because he was playing like tennis or something, and he's like 70, and looks every second of it, and is like sweaty, and he's like, "Hey, sorry, I'm late." And then he's like, they had given me a paper of like things I was willing to do, and he's like, "Okay, okay, okay, okay." And he's like, "You won't eat ass." I'm like, "I mean, you can eat my ass." He's like, "But you won't eat my ass." I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, I thought you were like submissive." I'm like, "I'm not eating your sweaty ass. Like, are you crazy?" No. So I still got my $800, but he kept like mumbling to himself, like, "Can't believe you're not eating my fucking ass for $800." And I'm like,
oh my God. I'm like, I haven't been on set with any creepy men in so long, and I'm so glad about it. Like, the last mainstream thing I did was with Ricky Greenwood, and his set's like hella professional. And like, even like the vibe just felt more creative, like kind of like a queer set, where I'm like,
but like
okay,
that
this
with
is
Plumber
like,
Pass, like Clint from Plumber Pass is like honestly like a baddie. Like he's so great. Like I haven't shot with him in years, but like he'll still be in touch with me, just being like, "Hey, like was thinking about you, New York girl." And I'm like, "I'm thinking about whenever you want to give me the reins to make a Plumber Pass, like New York, like I'm ready to go." Like I got a camera, I got lights, like let's do this shit. Like, but no, I feel
well,
like the mainstream world. We were talking about something 1 second ago that I was like, wait, I'm gonna give you some tea on this. It's gonna make you die. Who are we talking about
um,
1 second ago?
who are we talking about? I
Oh,
don't
Chris,
know.
so fucking Christian XXX, right? I shot
Oh
my
my God.
first
Oh my God.
first mate. He was my first porn scene with a man,
I'm
and
so sorry.
no, but listen. So I had heard you talking about him in the past. But
Yeah.
I had heard other people talking about him in the past. And then I was talking to people that I knew like at the time, and like April Flores was like, I mean, he's a douchebag, but like he can be contained. And I was like, okay. And then like somebody else like pretty much told me the same thing and was like, he'll be creepy to you, but like telling him to fuck off like can be very effective. And I was like, oh, okay. And so then I met him and like made sure he like goes for a hug and I shook his hand. I was like, "Hi,
Yeah.
very nice to meet you," whatever. And he like went into the bathroom like while I was doing makeup and like came up behind me. I was like, "I'm sorry, but can I have a little space? Thank you." And then he instantly was just kind of like and like pouted and walked away. And I was like, "I'm not the one to be playing with you today. Like you didn't book me for that, and that would be extra. Thank you." Like so we shoot our first scene, and when we're doing like the pretty girls or whatever, he was
Yeah.
like, "Wait a minute." He was like, "This isn't your first fucking scene." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Why do you know to point your fucking toes?" And I was like, because I shot for years. And also, like, I know what looks and feels good, and you want to have pretty girl toes. Like, when you're like laying down, like, you point them
Yes.
fucking out, them piggies. And so he was like, okay. I'm like, he's like, so it's not really your first porn scene. I'm like, it's not my first shoot, but it's my first in front of the camera.
Hmm.
And then like eventually like he got really chill with me, but I did break his dick while he was fucking me doggy style because
What?
I
What?
never I had never fucked a porn star dick before. Like I didn't know what the fuck I was really doing. Like I'd only been an escort for like maybe like not even a year at that point.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember exactly when I started escorting, but it wasn't very long before I did that shoot. So he's fucking me from behind, and I like arched my back like really suddenly, or like went from like one way to another, but involved arching my back really suddenly. And he was like, ah, and like jumped off of me, and then like had to run to the bathroom, was like, you broke my fucking dick. And I was like, that's not like a, I mean, I got that gorilla grip, but I was like, that's not exactly like a thing that could happen, like, or that I thought could happen. And so he comes back and we finish the scene, but it took him like forever to come and he was getting really frustrated. And then while I was sucking his dick at one point, he was like, you know what, like, it's called a blowjob, right? And I was like, well, I know you're not supposed to blow on it. And he's like, yeah, but you're supposed to suck. And now I will say that there was, maybe I won't name this amazing person, but there was a wonderful trans woman in my life who helped me learn how to suck dick. But then when I sucked a cis man's dick for the first time, what that trans woman did not warn me about was the fact that it is a completely different organ. And it was like the worst thing I've ever done in my life. And I was so upset about it. And now, like, so now I've learned to love sucking dick and I enjoy it very much with all of my clients. And, I'm bisexual at
We
heart.
can't see your air quotes, by the way, on the
Well, that's
podcast.
just for you. You weren't supposed to blow up
Okay,
my
okay,
spot. Oh
okay.
my
You
God.
you you have a passion for sucking dick.
Oh, fellatio. Yes, I am a throat goat.
Like the Kim Petras song.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not a throat goat. But I do have a good time. Like, I get my bills paid. Everything's beautiful. Everyone's happy. Like, and we have boundaries. Like, my clients are great dudes. Like, they really are.
that's great.
But nobody warned me that it was like going from a candy cane to a rat tail. Like,
I remember, I can't remember who, like someone asked you if you were trans once when we like probably the first few years we were friends, and you literally said with a straight face, "I'm not trans, but a lot of them have been in me."
no, I'm not trans, but I've had a lot in me.
Such a funny fucking line. I've never forget that. Um, well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I feel like we covered so much and I'm so excited that we got to like link up again. Where can everyone find you on socials and all that stuff?
Oh God, I don't even know my own shit. So I guess like queer people would want to follow me on TikTok as BBW Blondie. Um, like spelled like the band, but BBW and then Blondie,
Oh,
where I'm kind of like just acting like an idiot a lot of the time or talking shit. Or my porn social media is, I think my Instagram is BBW Genevieve, and my Twitter, which I'm gonna dead name until the day I die, is Genevieve LFBBW, which I need to change. It's so stupid, but someone who hasn't used it in like 100 years or something has Gigi Lafleur, so I'm like, whatever.
well, thank you so much for coming on,
Oh,
and I
but
hope
wait,
every. Oh,
people can also
yes.
find me at the Google Drive link that I'm going to send you, so you can
Okay.
post it for people like performers and whoever wants to watch it to watch.
There's so much good stuff on there, and like your porn, we did some screening tours together, and like it's
So
so
much
fucking cool,
fun.
like the stuff you made. And like I feel like your porn is some of the only porn I've seen. like get such a response, like especially the leech scene, where I've seen like people be like, oh, and like walk out in like a positive way, where I was like, oh my God,
I
that's so
know.
fucking cool.
I would warn people, like when I went on tour, like people were like actively angry with me, and I think it was Albuquerque,
Yeah.
like actively pissed, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I could not have gotten up here and warned you enough. Like,
It's so good though. And yeah, I think everyone should check out all your work. Just I wish you the most continued success, and I'm so glad that we're back in touch. And yeah, that everyone should also check out Training of Poe if you haven't. That's been 10 years since we shot.